What is up, guys? Weekly Bugle with face cams for the first time.
Hey.
So, as your host, Justice Adams with the face now. Got my co host, Austin, and Gavin.
What's up, guys?
And before we get into anything, in typical Weekly Bugle fashion, we see movies on release. And so last Friday, we went and saw Last Duel.
Almost against our wills.
Almost, yeah, almost we didn't. We were
About
really,
turned around.
we about turned around and said,
That went mini golfing.
We went mini golfing.
That is true. Yeah, we almost did.
You can tell we're Midwesterners.
Um,
Nothing else to do here.
We're either gonna watch a movie or go mini golf.
there was nothing else. Yeah, there's nothing else to do. But
We're doing meth. Meth is cool around here.
yeah,
No, we could do math. Yeah.
yeah, you're right. But we went and saw it, and we were happy we saw it. But before we really jump into the topic, there are spoilers, obviously. And if you don't like the topic
Rape.
of rape, then you should probably leave.
What? I guess that's not the best way to say it. If you're sensitive to the topic
If
of
you're
rape,
sensitive,
maybe
yes.
don't listen.
Maybe
because I don't
don't
think anybody
listen.
likes the topic of rape.
Don't listen.
But-
Yeah, you're right. Don't. If you're sensitive about it, don't listen. And
And don't go see this movie. If you're
Don't go
sensitive to
see-
rape, do not go
Do
see this movie because
not.
it is.
do not.
It is.
They show it twice.
If you like orgies and
They-
consentful
they-
sex, a lot of
And
that.
you can go see it.
And then you can. Yeah, nothing's stopping you. But no, yeah. So no.
There were a couple nipple shots in the movie, which was a little bit of a downgrade for me. Could have used some more nipple, but
could use some. Could use some.
Not
more,
enough full frontal nudity, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, really just. But no, yeah. Audio listeners, you should be able to check out our YouTube, which is called. Do you have a name yet?
What's it called?
hard to
You're the one who does the YouTube channel, man. I don't know.
Hey, Austin took the rope.
Yeah,
from
I
this
was gonna do the YouTube channel. I guess just the weekly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, find us
I
at
assume it's just the Weekly Bugle,
the
but I don't
Weekly
know.
They
if
don't
you
like
Bugle.
our name.
the Weekly Bugle. We're gonna make the Weekly Bugle like a bigger brand, you should say.
Yeah, we'll be
Content.
we'll be
So-
uploading with more content than just
so
podcasts.
it'll change probably, but for now you can find us under Weekly Bugle.
We'll just do the video episodes every week and then content when we can.
Content when we can. But yeah, so Last Duel.
Last Duel, yeah. So, initial
We wanna give our
impressions.
ranks.
Justice?
Initial
Start out, just-
first of all, yeah, just initial thoughts. First of all, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. That thing is
Same.
definitely winning Oscars for sure.
Has to.
hmm And overall, it was a great movie. I was kind of iffy about the revisiting key points, or revisiting like the same story, but they did a good job of like, yes, you revisited points that you saw, but it was like completely different, so it was like brand new.
It felt very fresh each time.
But
Yeah. We were worried about
Which
that
I
to
was
start
not
out with.
expecting.
We were worried about runtime, and we were worried about the fact that it goes over the same story 3 times in a row, but it was so it didn't take away from the movie at all.
it did a really good job.
Also, probably my favorite part about the whole movie is the climax you get for all that.
Yeah,
The actual duel
the actual
itself.
last duel
The-
feels
no,
very well
that was-
earned by the end of that movie. Like,
Yeah.
Best payoff,
and it's
man.
filmed amazingly
It
too.
was
Like
such
they
a
Ridley
good-
Scott,
Yeah,
man,
Ridley Scott did a great job.
man does not miss. I was watching a video and they were talking about all the movies he's made, just like listing them off. And that man, he's one of those directors who doesn't get talked about a lot, and like one of the some of the best directors working.
Oh, absolutely.
Dude is
He
amazing.
definitely is, though.
Probably my favorite film of his is probably Blade Runner, and man,
I
that movie's good.
still have I've still yet to see Blade Runner 2049. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, I'm talking about the first one, but
Oh, the first one. Well, never mind.
I mean,
I
the first
still
one's not
haven't
hated,
seen it.
Ridley Scott doesn't
oh,
look
that's
that old.
that's wow. Well, he said that he didn't make a movie till he was 40, but like
There's no way.
Blade Runner came out in the 80s, I think. I think it was.
Yeah, Harrison Ford was like a whole ass like 20-year-old.
Yeah.
So I don't know how old he is. I should probably look that up because I was thinking about that the other day. I just kind of forgot to look it up. But man's still making top tier movies. So respect.
I would recommend you go see Last Duel.
I do recommend.
I can't believe it bombed. It sucks. I get why it bombed.
No,
The marketing was
they
atrocious.
did not mark. Literally,
They
I've
didn't
seen
market.
so many people on Twitter be like, "This is a movie. Like this is something I want to go see. It's got some of my favorite actors working in it, but they didn't know it existed."
Like I said the other day, this is not the kind of movie that people want to see right now. People have stopped caring about like serious like cinema, and they're just more towards like the blockbusters, like Marvel and like the big titles. So I feel like this is so important to market this movie because without marketing, it's not going to get anything.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened.
People aren't going to watch on their own free will if they just hear like one little thing about it.
I mean, I'm honestly.
Well, they hear that's a serious movie, and they're like, "Okay," and then they hear like a lot of people don't even like serious movies anymore. Like honestly, like, just like comedies and not necessarily comedies because they don't make a lot of comedies, but they like bigger movies. And then like they just don't like a good movie. I don't know how else to say it.
Well, it's because just like think of how much
superhero movies. I love them, but they have legitimately ruined.
They have
like
dominated the box office. You know,
they have ruined viewers' mindsets too.
I know our namesake is a Spider-Man reference, but I'm so damn tired of superheroes right now. I can't even explain it.
It's
just like I said when Disney Plus said they were gonna make their own stuff and they released all their line for what was coming out. I literally said it's gonna get so saturated it's not gonna be funny. There's gonna be too much being shoved down our throats, and I feel like I was right.
You have the thing that it is getting to be like oversaturated. It's not gonna stop me from watching it, obviously.
No, but
it is definitely
WandaVision.
It is
Falcon
definitely
or Soldier.
Yeah.
Loki.
And they got like what 12 more on the way, and that's just Marvel. They have their Star Wars thing. That's the thing. Nowadays, box office you can always predict. Superhero movie is gonna top it that weekend. Doesn't matter what else is.
It's gonna top it no matter what.
It's gonna top.
Freaking Morbius and whenever that comes out.
And that's gonna top because first of all,
it's gonna top it.
What else is coming out in January? Nothing.
Well, it was gonna be Elden Ring, but that game got delayed. I got very sad.
Gavin,
but, that's random.
Movies.
I don't know about movies, but I know. But I got sad that Elden Ring got delayed today. Random, but yeah.
Nothing else really comes out in January. It would literally be competing with Spider-Man if it had any competitor. And Spider-Man would have been out for a month.
I haven't even looked. January is always a bad time for movies. Like every single year, bad movies come out in January. That's like a staple.
It's partly because they try to shove everything into the holiday season. And before Christmas, so then all the good stuff is put out then, and then January is like your dry stuff. Like.
Now I will say 1917 came out like in 2020. I think it came out in theaters in January. That's like a rare thing though, because 1917 was amazing.
You were totally right on Twitter, by the way, about Marvel and Disney dodging the Batman. I totally think they were like,
I know it has to do with, it definitely has to do with other things. But
they,
I think at the
they
same
literally,
time,
they literally said
they know what the Batman is, and they're like, okay.
It's both. There's an article on Twitter, and it was a thing of both. It was one, they didn't really want like a competition with Batman, and two, like all this stuff they had slated out for that time isn't ready.
Everyone knew Indiana Jones was getting postponed because it's not even.
Indiana Jones, I always expected. Like I saw people saying, like that's the biggest hitter. Yeah. I'm like, dude, that was gonna get delayed.
Like, that was nowhere close to being ready.
I knew that was gonna get delayed even without it would have been coming time for the movie to come out. And gonna get delayed.
And two, we haven't heard anything from Doctor Strange other than I think it's in post production. I think it's wrapped. I'm not too sure. We heard that they started, and I didn't hear anything else about Doctor Strange. Thor, we heard that it started, and that's all we've heard about it.
Yeah.
Black Panther.
It's filming right now?
It started a while ago, but I don't know if it's finished or not. But
I didn't even know it was filming.
Yeah, there's set photos on like day one. It had the Guardians and Thor there, and
it's the only Disney stuff that didn't get put on the delay was Spider-Man, the Guardians Christmas shit.
Spider-Man, Guardians 3, the Guardians.
All the Guardians stuff isn't getting delayed.
The Guardians stuff stayed. Spider-Man stayed, and that's about it. Everything else.
Mainly because the Guardians is literally completely ready to go. Like they're like
Guardians.
They're on track for everything.
He's already pretty much done writing 4.
But
I
He's been
thought 3 was
posting
his
about it
last
on
one.
Twitter. I swear to God, he's been posting about it on Twitter.
no,
I don't think they're making a
he's
4th.
talking about 3, and he was talking about the holiday special and how
The
they
holiday
want
special's coming,
the holiday special. He
but
goes,
that's before Guardians 3 even comes out.
yeah.
They don't need to make a 4, to be fair.
No, he said 3, and I think that someone's like, "Oh, you're gonna let some other director?" And he's like, "I mean, it's Marvel's choice." He's like, "I hope they don't, because those are kind of like my kids." But
If anything,
it's whatever
they'll be
Feige
like,
wants to
"Yo,
do.
do you want to make a?" You'll probably turn it
And
into a.
he's not gonna want to do another one.
They're gonna
James
turn
Gunn's
it
one of
into
those
something.
guys that when he says he's done making a movie, like he's like, "I'm done making this." He's like, "I'm not."
That
It's
man is
the
in
end
a
of my
unique
story.
predicament because he's playing both sides.
Yeah, he's
doing DC,
Peacemaker.
Marvel
He's
full-time.
developing another project too, and
That dude's busy.
He's
he
busy
went from
as-
getting no work because of stupid cancel culture, and then now he's back to having everything.
In fact, having
Speaking of
everything.
cancel
I
culture,
think-
you guys can follow me at a new Twitter this week.
I do think Marvel used the Guardians more, even after Guardians 3 of the holiday special.
Oh, they'll use. I don't think they'll make another movie of just them though. I think they'll be used in like team up movies.
They'll be
I
used,
really
yeah.
don't see them making another movie without Gunn.
No.
Dave Bautista pissed me off heavily. He's
talking
talking
about
like
how
he's
he thinks
getting
he's
infinite
amazing.
work. Like, dude, shut up, Dave. First of all, you suck at acting. Second of all, you're not getting that much work. Like, mad.
He was.
Yeah.
I loved Army of the Dead, but his acting in the final scene was very mid.
He's a really
Like,
bad actor.
Spoilers
he's
for Army
not
of the
a
Dead. He
good actor.
dies at the end, and it's like one of like the. I was like, this is not good. Like
We need to stop.
he's
making
usually. I usually
wrestlers
like him as an
actors.
actor pretty good, and he was good in the rest of the movie. But
Like
he's
John
not
Cena,
good at
The
acting out
Rock,
death scenes.
Dave Bautista. We need to learn they're not good actors. None of them are.
Yeah. So
John Cena killed Peacemaker though. To
no,
be fair.
because
did.
that's his character.
charismatic, man.
Because that's John Cena literally said like
That's just John Cena.
it's just John Cena but more of an asshole.
Did you guys watch Vacation Friends?
No.
Dude,
No,
it was
I've not.
actually pretty funny. He was really bad in it, but everyone was. But it was still kind of good.
No. No, I am surprised they'll bring it back to like Last Duel and everything before like the oversaturation of superhero movies. But what surprised me is Last Duel is a Disney movie because they bought Fox that whole property.
And they didn't market.
And they
I saw
didn't
somebody
market it.
saying that they think they were trying to not market it to like.
No, Disney's not going to market that. No way.
That hurts their brand. It's the last
No.
kind of movie you're gonna see like that from Fox.
People
First
don't
of all-
associate that
first
movie
of
with
all-
Disney at all.
No. And Disney just bought Fox and Fox Studios and Fox Searchlight are still going to
They're
do
still
their
independent.
things.
Disney's just cutting checks and receiving checks from them. They're not having a hand in like they do the other stuff they buy.
Yeah.
Like everything else that Disney buys, they try to keep a hand in. Fox, they've let go. Because Fox has always been more mature content, and Disney does not want a piece of that no matter what they say. They're not going to put the Disney logo on Last Duel. They just won't.
No.
It
Not
makes
yet,
no
at least.
sense for them to
They
either.
bought
It's
Fox. They're gonna be like, we're gonna take the Fantastic Four and X-Men characters, and then you guys can do whatever, but you're on your own. Like, marketing wise, that's you, not us.
like we'll fund the movie, but you can figure it
Well,
all
fun
out
of the
from there.
movie, you got the rest from there. Yeah.
And I love like the Last Duel was a really
It was a
really good
really
movie,
good
but it's
movie.
not.
It's
You're not gonna get a lot of those these days, just because like
yeah.
it's
That kind of
legitimately
movie
it's
isn't
so
gonna
sad to
succeed.
hear, but it's not what audiences want, and that's
No.
what sucks.
And here,
It
like,
sucks so much.
it started out like you had the Marvel movies, and they're starting out and like, oh, these are kind of cool. These are like genuinely good superhero movies. We haven't had these. And then they made more, and of course they were good. I mean, a couple of misses here and there, but it got to the point where people were like, oh, it's superheroes. And they got to the point where everyone tried to follow that same formula.
Right now, I'll say pop culture is what's like that is just reigns over all, and Last Duel just doesn't fit into that category. Like you put a movie like Good Will Hunting out right now, no one's watching it. Zero people.
Yeah.
Now, I think a movie like Last Duel, weirdly enough, would do well on streaming because someone would watch that at home.
No, I feel like
I think someone will put that on at home, but
No.
they will not go to the theater when Halloween. Oh, that hurts me
And
to say
to
that
be
Halloween Kills
completely
is.
fair, Last Duel doesn't need to be watched in a theater.
No,
So
well, we had a horrible theater experience ourselves. Like we had
I
people
always
the
do.
whole
So I don't even
time.
know how you're. Every
We had
time I
these
go
two
see a
girls who
movie,
they had to have been drunk, right? Like they were.
Had
said she
to.
was getting some more tequila. So
Yeah, I think
or they're
she
just
already
like
had.
annoying bitches.
It could have been that they're just annoying, honestly. But
They didn't ruin it. Actually, it was kind of funny sometimes.
It was funny, but it got really old towards the end of the movie. Like
Well,
I was
I
You
mean-
getting
looked at me at
annoyed.
that one time, and I was like biting my knuckle, like trying to
No,
laugh
Yeah.
when you had
we
your
all
video.
looked at each other whenever the when the Pope kissed the boy.
oh
And-
yeah, and she was
and
like,
the girl
what the
was like,
she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
What the fuck?
that was so funny. She was a complete clown and an asshole, but
That
To be
made me
fair,
laugh. But that was
she
a
was-
bit. The
She
rest
was
had me upset.
annoying, but the more I think back on it, it didn't happen a whole lot. It just when it did
well,
happen.
that happened with Venom too. The girl behind
Venom
it.
2, with Venom, it exemplified
Yeah,
the
she actually
experience. 'cause
added
it's
to
Venom.
it. Like she
I
was
was gonna
actually
say
like,
Venom. But a movie like Last Duel, when you're just trying to sit there and take in everything you're seeing,
hmm
that sucks.
Yeah, that was
the girl at Venom 2 was like, "Oh, get his ass! Let's go get his ass!"
Let's go, Venom! Let's go, Venom!
And whenever Venom bit Carnage's head off, she was laughing so hard.
Yeah, that annoyed me. I was like, "Okay, damn, bitch, just watch." Like,
No.
the thing about seeing like serious movies like that, though, is you can usually count on a good theater experience because people aren't there to like act stupid. They're there to actually
Yeah.
take in the movie.
But not her.
No. No.
She was like, "Nah, I'm not
It
about that
is-
whole like theater experience."
It is a little disappointing to see that like serious movies like that, or like in this day and age, and it's gonna be like this for a long time. As long as Marvel continue to put out what they're putting out, like what 4 or 5 movies a year, there is no
They have
way.
3 coming out in 2022.
Yeah,
Gavin's right.
that
though.
lowered that number.
People, the more recent serious movies have been put on streaming. It seems like, and they've done okay.
People talk about them on
Yeah.
streaming because they won't go to the theaters to watch something like that, but they will gladly put it on when they get home from
Oh yeah,
work or something.
they'll throw it on like what if it's on like Amazon Prime or HBO Max. They'll throw it up and they'll watch it because it's
I
But,
think
like-
it'll make its money back. Just it'll take a while.
I feel like it'll take
I don't
a
know,
while.
100 million, man, that's a lot.
And they
Wow.
only-
I don't know
and-
how they spent so much. It had to be the actors. That's a really
There's
low budget
production
movie.
value.
Its production value is out of this world, but there's nothing complicated with the CGI. Like there's no CGI, and
Oh, there was low and none. Yeah,
and the sets aren't complicated.
it legitimately looked like they built a castle though. Like they obviously
Well,
didn't probably
they
build an
didn't-
entire
they coulda
castle, but they
used
built
it.
like a set of a castle, and it looked really good. And Ridley Scott's
bet-
one of those guys who probably uses like, he's probably like kind of like how Nolan asked for a ton of like a super high production value. Guarantee you,
I
Ridley
can't
Scott was
see them
demanding
using
super high.
100 million. Adam Driver though does charge a lot. He's
Mhm.
expensive to get in a movie, even more so
Well, he's
than Matt
busy
Damon.
right now. He's got to.
He's busy, yeah.
Remember we looked up his net worth that one night, and it was like
It was
quadruple.
way higher than
his
any of us
stuff.
anticipated.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He charges so much for movies.
Yeah. No, but
Matt Damon's not in a ton right now, so he
He's
wasn't
not,
probably as
yeah.
much. And
Yeah,
he
but
did amazing in that
he
movie.
did a good
Matt Damon
job.
was.
Yeah.
I can't even think of the last time I watched Matt Damon like in a new movie, besides his cameo in Thor Ragnarok. But
Matt
Like-
Damon is such a good actor. He's one of those guys that's never put in the list when you think of him, but he is better
Oh
than
yeah,
most.
yeah. He's so good.
he's like the kind of guy you can. He's not. You haven't seen him a whole lot in his. He's had a couple movies in his career where he's given the kind of performance he did in Last Duel, but overall, he just seems like to be like the old consistent guy. You know what I mean? Like he's never, or not never, but he's a lot of the time he's not like absolutely amazing, like a Leonardo DiCaprio.
I
or-
don't know. I beg to differ.
I mean, like Martian was really good. Good Will Hunting was
Martian,
really
The
good.
Departed, Good Will Hunting.
Departed
He was good in the
good.
Bourne films.
Mm-hmm.
The
He
Bourne
did
films
he
are
was
an
in The
example of
Town.
like being good, but it's like blockbuster good. Like he was
The
good.
Town.
He was Jason. The Town. He was in The Town.
What's it called?
I thought that was.
Isn't that it?
I thought that was.
Oh,
Ben
he
Affleck.
directed it or read it.
No, Ben
Or
Affleck
wrote-
directed that.
yeah.
He was in one
Sort
called The Adjustment Bureau, which was a weirdly fun movie that I watched like a
Isn't
year
there a
ago.
gambling one called?
Are you guys looking it up right now? Like just movies he's in?
I think Austin's looking it up. But no, Matt Damon's a good actor. I will agree with Gavin. He's not going to be like a Leo. But, I mean,
I'm confused because they're like.
But
he's a very, very, very good actor, and he's one of my favorites because he also just seems like a genuinely great guy.
He used the F slur, and his daughter had to check him.
Whatever. He didn't know what it was.
You can't say that. Not in today's world.
His daughter was like, "No, stop."
Matt Damon was in Ford vs Ferrari.
Yeah.
Oh, he was really good in that too.
Saving
But that was
Private
also one of those
Ryan.
movies that's like a dad movie. You know what I mean? It's one of those movies that your dad will turn on like a Sunday and just sit there and watch.
You see this? You see this movie?
This is a good movie. It's one of the greats.
This movie's really good. Do we own
It's one
it?
of the greats, man.
Do we own this movie?
He was in
I'm gonna buy it.
I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it. No.
And then every time you go to their house, they have it on.
Yeah.
You guys won't believe this.
I bet I will.
What am I about to not believe? Now you got me not in anticipation.
You won't. Matt Damon was one of the main actors in Ponyo,
Ponyo?
No
the
way.
anime movie. Yeah.
No, he's not.
Yes,
That's
he
gotta be
is.
fake.
That does
Nope.
surprise me. That
I
does
looked it up.
actually surprise me. And
Guess who acted along? Liam Neeson and Kate Blanchett.
That's hilarious.
Liam Neeson's not in Ponyo.
That's hilarious. No, I bet he is. I 100% bet he is. I mean
Once more, Betty White was in it.
No, that's okay. Here's
What?
the thing
What's
about
Ponyo?
here's Ponyo's the dude about the fish.
No,
Fish.
I'm joking. I'm just like, what is this movie?
No, yeah,
Like
you're right.
A-list actors.
No, I think Tina Fey, Betty White, yeah.
And
And
you
here's
do that with dubs though. Sometimes.
no, yeah. Here's the thing with
I guess I'm thinking of the fact that like the original movie, but the dub probably the original dub's different.
The dub they get famous people, but probably one of the or they get not I wouldn't necessarily always say famous people, but one of the most
They
popular,
get good actors.
They get good actors, and one of the most popular female dubs is Alison Brie. She does a lot of stuff for dubbing in anime. I mean, she's done a really good job, so obviously she deserves it.
They usually wait till the Japanese domestic market, and then if it kills and they think it can be adapted to American, they'll be like, all right,
We'll do it.
we'll throw a Troy Baker in here. We'll throw a little.
Troy Baker gets everything, man.
Troy Baker does.
Oh,
everything.
I cannot believe that he's Joel in Last of Us. When you told me that,
I really thought you knew that. That's insane.
I didn't know that.
Dude.
That's legitimately his most famous role.
When
I'm known for
you
Naruto.
when you don't know who voices a male voices.
No, I know I say that, but it's just because I knew who. I just knew that before.
You do
walking into
realize
the,
Troy
that movie.
Baker
You
has
know without
the
listening
record. For the most
for voice acting credits. Yeah, he has the
voice
most.
acting credits.
Him and Nolan North are close, but he has more than Nolan North by a good chunk, and that's saying something because Nolan North has a ton of voice acting credits.
The guy that does Kakashi in Naruto also has a ton, and then Sasuke Zuri.
Oh, is that a
Yuri
Lowenthal?
Lowenthal?
Yuri, yeah.
He has a lot too.
Yuri's a great voice actor too.
Mm-hmm.
I actually did not like him as Spider-Man though.
He was
a really
his
good
voice
Spider-Man.
is so good for Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm upset about the facial redesign still, but his voice is still great.
I don't think it was that bad.
To be fair, I've not
It's
fully
not
played
bad.
through the game with that face drawing.
It is not bad. I recently played through all of it, and it's really isn't bad at all. But no, yeah, it does suck that serious movies with really good actors are not
It
going
only
to have.
sucks
good
because it
actors.
deserves more money.
It
than other
deserves more
movies.
money, but we live
It's
in a
getting good.
day
I
and
saw
age.
somebody say, "Well, it's not getting rave reviews, dude. It's at a 90 or an 86 or something on Rotten Tomatoes."
It just
Yeah.
hurts
It's
that a
got,
movie
a
that's
high audience
like
score, too.
Halloween that doesn't mean shit and it's not good.
I
will
don't
destroy a movie like Last
understand
Duel.
how Halloween Kills got $50 million opening weekend.
Dude, it's a dumb Halloween movie. That's gonna make a lot
It's
of
a part
money.
of a bigger franchise.
Because Last
people
Duel
will
made
watch.
less money than The Addams Family 2. Oh my gosh.
Dude, no one watched it. It's so sad.
I didn't know
It
The
was
Addams Family 2 was a
It's
real
literally
movie.
a masterpiece, and it has some of the best acting we've seen in the past decade, I would say.
Yeah.
The only movie it's above that's out right now, Shang-Chi.
It's just not
And
fair.
Shang-Chi's been out since September, so.
And Shang-Chi.
Well, I guess it's like above
on the box.
Lamb too, but Lamb was a limited release.
Plus, A24 doesn't get a whole lot of watchers either.
Yeah.
No, it never gets. That's
No,
never
it's the same
supposed
as
to.
Last
A
Duel,
4.8
serious
million,
movies.
like a 4.8 for Lamb would have been like doubling the budget.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Batman
24
Returns in the? There are some weird movies in the top box office right now.
Because people like to replay old movies. That's what Joplin did for a while. Before
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
other movies, like you can
My
watch,
theater
you can
employees
watch
do it all the
New
time.
Hope. But no, yeah, it does suck that like movies that people put their back into will get instantly overshadowed by a popular franchise.
I think Last Duel will be one of those movies though that will go crazy at the awards
Mm-hmm.
and then probably pick up some steam from there. That's why I say I honestly think that it will make its money back just over a long period
Maybe
of
in
time.
like a long
A
time
long
based on
period of
sales,
time,
and
but yeah.
it'll probably make its budget back by whoever buys the rights to put it on streaming.
Mm-hmm.
But it just sucks it's not making it. Which
You
one
know-
thing that actors have that's good is a lot of actors don't go on box office, go based on like what they can get immediately.
Yeah, they go off just set, boom. Doesn't matter like in their contracts. It's not like, oh, you get this much if it does this much. It's like, no, this is my base rate.
Now some do, like Scarlett Johansson. A lot of her
She's
salary is
stupid for
based
that.
on
She's super
salary.
stupid for that.
Which, well, if you think about it, like if you're say Robert Downey Jr.
No, he
Like,
did
he's
it
in
way
Endgame.
better.
Robert,
'Cause
he did it way
said-
better.
He said, I get this much. If I get a second movie, you give me this much. If I get a third, you give me this much. He had a
Oh,
contract.
I'm not
with
talking
No.
about that. I'm just saying take for instance, like if ScarJo was like if she did that same thing for when she was in a movie that was pre-pandemic, that's a smart move. And Black Widow was originally supposed to come out before the pandemic, so
Yeah.
that rule was probably put in
I
place
think
before
it- yeah,
her
it
salary
was.
was set before that. So it would have been really smart. She just got screwed over by the pandemic, so she was
Yeah.
totally right in suing them for that because
Yeah.
that's something they should have
Because she did box
changed her
office,
salary amount
and
for.
they put it on Disney Plus as well, and she didn't get any of the Disney Plus money because it wasn't box office.
Yeah, they screwed her over.
But
But now they
no,
all
Disney's
settled,
a
no,
which
dirty
means
company.
Disney probably just paid her money.
yeah,
Disney's a dirty company,
Disney,
dude.
Disney just paid her money. Now they're in good terms because she's going right back to
Well,
Tower of Terror.
ScarJo could have God as a lawyer, and Disney's team would
Win.
poop on it.
Yeah. Because
Disney doesn't give you-
Disney gives me back fine. We'll give you $80 million. It's a penny out of the pocket.
That's chump change.
But like, yeah, I mean, you did it. Like RDJ's smart. You know, he still makes money from Marvel movies too.
Yeah.
He gets
And
like
he's not gonna
he
stop
gets
for a while.
he gets 6% of the earnings, I think.
The way he set up his payment was smarter than any of the rest of
Yes,
it. 'Cause
he's
if you look at what they earned, his is so much higher.
Mm-hmm.
He was
Which
also in
probably-
most
he's
movies.
the crown
but
jewel
yes.
of it, but
Mm-hmm.
And he was in like double the movies that everybody else
He
was
was in the most because that's how he put it. That's how he put it in his contract, and then he just for every like minute he was on screen, he earned so much money.
like $1 million. It was
Like
stupid.
he was in Far From Home for like 10-15 minutes. He made like $10-15 million because he got paid like $1 million a minute.
most actors make like $4 million on a big movie. It's just
Yeah,
it's insane.
and he's
One of the things that's craziest to me, like as far as like getting paid, is that the whole Friends cast got $1 million each per episode.
That's 22 million in the last season.
Yeah,
For
but
an
they
season
were
alone.
literally racking up so much money from that show that they could
Mhm.
give it to them.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, they tried to pay some of the other ones more, and they negotiated that they would only keep acting in the show if they all got the same amount of money.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, Robert Downey Jr. made a crazy play for saying that's what I want to do after like Iron Man.
Robert Downey Jr. also got lucky.
Yeah, he got lucky because if
He
the
did.
He
if
shouldn't
the
have
if,
made it.
was
if,
a
the
gamble.
if the MCU flopped, that would have been a bad deal. But
Not only that, but he made it. He got lucky with his career,
yeah, no, he got a second chance.
which he really shouldn't have gotten. But I'm glad he did.
Mm-hmm. It's now he's like
I still question how much of an actually good actor he is. I mean, he killed it in all the Avengers movies.
He's an okay
Everything
actor
outside of
overall, but he's a
superheroes,
very
not
good.
great.
Like I love Robert Downey Jr. But he's
I
he's
wouldn't put
Iron.
him-
He's literally Tony
he's-
Stark,
He's Tony Stark.
but he's a decent actor Well,
Yeah.
he's really good in some movies. Like in Zodiac, he was actually. But that's like the only movie I can think of other than
Doolittle did terrible, and then I don't think people liked his Sherlock as much as the other ones.
Sherlock. He was actually pretty good in.
It's pretty good, but you gotta understand
the
what
movies themselves weren't that great.
The movies themselves weren't that great.
Actually,
and
I love them personally.
And we had
people didn't like
Benedict
them.
Cumberbatch as Sherlock as well. So
Benedict was a totally different kind of Sherlock.
Yeah,
like
Benedict was like a real like problem solving, like mathematical, like figured out. Downey was like a charismatic like character.
he was like he was Tony Stark as Sherlock. He was an egotistical smart guy. Like no joke, that's what he was.
I mean, isn't that just Robert Downey Jr.? He literally embodied Tony Stark, quite literally.
That's literally my point I'm trying to make.
His entire life he's been like that. Literally he is just Tony Stark for his whole life. He's literally smiled in court with that gay slick back. Oh, I didn't mean gay. I'm sorry. Stupid slick back.
Prepare to lose your Twitter.
I'm canceled again.
Um,
I meant happy hair. But slick back in court.
I meant the happy version of gay.
But no, yeah, he's. I mean, he's
One of the best comeback stories of Hollywood.
It really is.
Yeah, Burger made him do it.
It really was, yeah.
He ate a Burger King burger and it was
He
so
ate a
bad.
Burger
he decided to
King
change his
burger
life.
that he was like, "Holy shit, this is bad. I'm gonna change my life around." And now he makes a shit ton of money by doing absolutely nothing.
His house is sick too. He lives like a windmill. Have you guys seen his house?
No,
No,
I've
I
not.
haven't. I'm gonna look it up though.
Dude, it's nuts. It's not a mansion though. It's like cool. Like it's a. Let me see if he still lives in the same place. I'm sure he has other homes, but
Nobody does. No, that's sick.
is it the one I was talking about?
Yeah, the windmill. He has a windmill.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
Dude, it's dope.
that's a dope ass house.
You know something about making Minecraft?
Oh, I see. Yeah. Kind of like a mini golf course.
That's where him and his wife live.
That's nice because it's not like it's a very large house, but
It's
it's not
kind of a
like-
flex, but it's like a tasteful flex. Like if I had money, I'd do something like that. I
No.
think
Oh, did you see the new home he's building?
he better
No,
build this
I've
one.
not- I don't-
Home.
No, if you look up like his new like.
Gosh, he should.
Oh,
No,
what is
it's
that
it's
thing?
literally Tony Stark's house. If you if you look on the inside, like it's genuinely like something Tony Stark would own.
Remember that bubble thing?
Yeah, that like it's like a
That
white
house
like
is really ugly, but it's kind of cool.
on the outside it's ugly, but on the
He has 3
inside
houses.
it's freaking insane. But
Oh no, he only has 2.
he has 2 houses.
Oh,
He
he's
has-
poor.
But
You say he's poor.
man, damn, RDJ's poor.
Only 2 houses.
I could afford him.
I could afford to be RDJ, man.
No.
You see that tweet I sent you guys where it's like, No Way Home could never be the Batman love letter that the Batman will be. And someone's
Yeah.
like, what do you mean? A Spider-Man movie couldn't be a love letter to Batman the way a Batman movie could?
Yeah, why would
Like, even
Spider-Man?
ignoring that tweet, it's like that's not even what they're supposed to. They're not love letter movies. Well, I guess No Way Home kind of is.
That's the
to
problem you
other
have with that
Spider-Man.
statement? That's what you
is
take
Not
away
the
from
fact that you can literally have a
Yeah.
stroke reading that sentence.
Or
Or
the fact that
yeah, the sentence
the
is
guy's-
horrible to me.
But yeah, Spider-Man isn't a
Sorry,
love
Gavin.
letter to Batman. So I mean,
That's the joke.
but
Oh. Thank you.
I don't know.
I hate when people compare movies like that. Like they're not even close
Yeah.
to being comparable. Like they're totally different movies, man.
All Batman is a different take on what we've already seen. It wasn't made to be a fucking love letter. It wasn't.
Which I mean, it's gonna be
It's gonna
a
be.
totally different take,
It's gonna
which
be a
is
totally
awesome.
different
and
take, and everyone's gonna love
that's
it.
like saying everything's a love letter to the character.
Yeah.
When I think of love letter, I think of Spider-Verse.
That's what I think of. Yeah.
I don't, and Spider-Man 2 maybe. I don't see
Like,
that in
it
a
should
lot
be a
of stuff.
celebration of the character, not a. Just because it's got a cool version of a
Yeah,
character.
it's
does
got a
not
cool
make it
version.
I
love
would
It's
letter.
say
cool.
Iron Man 3 might be a love letter to
Iron Man 3 is a love letter to Iron Man.
Yeah, that definitely is with all the stuff at the end. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
And
definitely a love
Endgame's
letter.
is love letter to all the MCU
Yeah.
before it. It's yeah.
I,
There's
you
some
know,
things that
I,
are
you know
love
my feelings
letters.
about Iron Man 3. Not the biggest fan, but
I love Iron Man 3. It's my favorite MCU movie.
That's my
the
favorite.
only
Iron
part I
Man
don't
movie.
like is the Pepper
not bad,
Potts
but-
is the one that goes like martial arts. I hate
That's
that.
because you're a feminist. Or wait, no. You're
Hey,
not a feminist.
I win. Uncancelled.
All of a sudden, this gained back his Twitter. Within a span of
Yeah,
5
Twitter,
minutes
can
of
you
using it.
deactivate that? I don't think it's been 30 days yet. Or reactivate it. They might have left me alone by now.
I bet they did.
I was still getting like 15 an hour when I deactivated my Twitter. So yeah,
Man. I still think that was funny.
it was funny. I'm
Oh,
right.
Yeah, it was funny.
It's a harmless comment, and then just.
And I'm right. That's the best part.
Yeah. But, dude.
So what else we have Fandom to talk about.
Yeah,
Which I
I
think
was
we're
getting
I
ready to
think
say,
we're gonna have Hayden on
speaking of
next
the
week
Batman.
to talk about our guests from like
Oh.
the first few.
Dude. Yeah. We're good. That's gonna be a Batman.
Because he'll probably go more in depth on the Batman than we could ever fathom.
He's a self-proclaimed expert.
That's true. He is an expert on the Batman. Already. The movie isn't even out though, so we get insider information.
So we can talk about it this week too a little bit though, and then
Oh, yeah,
We
we're
can talk
gonna
about our
do
opinions on it and let him
Fandom
just
as a
run
whole.
wild
next week we'll be talking about Dune also, which is what we're seeing this
That's
Friday.
true,
Like I
yeah.
said, but
Dude, we see
not excited to watch
we
it,
see
but I'm sure
so
it'll
many
be good.
movies.
yeah,
I
we're
don't know
spent, like half my damn budget's going towards freaking movie premieres. We've,
Yeah,
we've
holy
gone like
crap.
5 weeks in a row to see
Yeah,
a premiere.
this is crazy.
Well, I mean, it's just like, how much is it for IMAX? Is like
Well,
what?
Jesus,
15?
Gavin,
It's like
for
20
IMAX, it's
bucks
like
a
$20 a ticket, and then we got food on the way there. Then we got to pay your
Driving.
stingy ass for gas.
Yeah.
Oh yes, because
It's a whole
carpooling
ordeal.
shouldn't cost money.
This guy,
It's
man.
it's
This dude is
it's
screwed
an
to death.
hour and a half, or
Justice.
literally less than an
If
hour
I'm
and a half.
doing it every other week, I deserve to be paid for it.
All right, we'll
That's how
pay you.
carpooling works.
We'll
Jay,
pay you
Jay,
every second
Jay.
time.
I'll drive.
No, you pay me every time.
No payments.
No payments. All right, bet.
No.
Bet. Yeah.
Because I'm a man of the people.
If you want to drive and waste your money in gas, be my guest.
You know, you're the only one of our friends who charges for gas.
And
No,
you're the most money out of
prisoners.
I'm
all
the
of us.
only one who drives us that far, Justice. Don't even act like that's not true.
Shame. Shame.
Technically, Gavin,
Okay,
I
roll.
drove us to Joplin and back for the Last Duel premiere, and then I drove us to go get stuff at Walmart, which is more than Arkansas
Combined, yeah.
combined.
Arkansas is 3 hours total. No,
Arkansas takes like an hour 15.
Yeah.
it's an hour and a half. Exactly, basically.
You drive like an asshole. There's no way you're taking that long.
Yeah. It's definitely.
It takes us an hour and a half
You drive like
exactly.
Paul
Because that's how
Walker.
long it took us because we had to. Yeah, because I had to drive my Paul Walker because we were running late to the Venom premiere.
Whose
And God
fault
knows
was
we
that?
can't be late for Venom.
Yeah, we can't.
It was all of our faults because we were watching The Criminal. It
Yeah.
was not my. That
Check
was
it out
my
now
fault.
on youtube.com/thecriminalproduction.
That is true. 1 and 2.
Yes,
I
With
finished writing my short
a
film.
third to come eventually.
We
But
all
we
have.
have
We all
other
have short
things.
films on the way.
Yeah,
down.
yeah. In the future, we're gonna have like our own little like thing on the side
That's-
of the Weekly Bugle where we'll release our short films because we're all trying to get into filmmaking.
Mhm.
We don't really like movies that much, as you can tell from this podcast, so it's just like a side thing. You know?
movies are just kind of like whatever.
They're a waste of time.
Fucking love movies.
Honestly.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm
Oh, so
sorry.
you're
I'm
on the
sorry.
opposite
I'm
side of it.
sorry. I'm sorry, but I fucking love
Yeah.
movies.
Weirdo. Yeah, but I finished writing
Okay,
my
but
script today.
But Fandome,
Fandom
I enjoyed
was
And
I enjoyed it.
incredibly mediocre overall.
Mediocre
but
overall,
It had some really cool moments.
but it the,
Because we got to first look at the Flash,
the fucking
Black Adam.
3 hours and 45-minute runtime wasn't necessary.
All right, let's run through the
Yeah,
highlights
very-
right now.
Next
Flash,
year, they
the Batman, and Suicide Squad game. Killer Justice League. Those are my highlights.
dude, Black Adam looked dope.
Black Adam was a highlight for me.
Not super excited for Black Adam. I'm more excited for Shazam.
I wasn't excited for it, and I'm still
Shazam-
not
Shazam
super excited
looks
about. But they were way more violent than I anticipated them to be for Black
Yeah,
Adam.
Yeah.
same. I didn't know what kind of take they were gonna do,
Yeah.
but they took a
And
violent.
then he just
He
disintegrates
just
a man. I'm
absolutely
like, oh my gosh,
disintegrated, dude. Like, holy shit.
I was not anticipating that. So, and it's also insane that that's like the only CGI The Rock's gonna need is just the electric. They're not gonna do anything muscles wise. They're not gonna do.
Yeah.
There's no padding in that suit. I saw a behind the scenes photo and I'm like, that man, he's inhuman.
You look at
I saw a dude on TikTok that like reviews like weightlifters' physiques and like says like if they could like win a competition. And this dude's like a little white guy, and he's like flaming the Rock. He's like, glutes are super underdeveloped, tries aren't great. He's like shoulders very weak on the Rock, and I was like, bro,
it's the
he would
Rock.
literally snap like a twig. Dude, he looks like a demigod. Get it out of my face. He might not compete in competitions, but he's big enough, all right, man.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, he's got fucking huge for Black Adam. But no, Shazam.
I don't want to see Jungle Cruise, man. Y'all wouldn't go though.
Shazam looked cool. I really didn't want to see Jungle Cruise. I mean, if I
really
want
to see it.
I'm 100% sure
it's on Disney.
It's on Disney Plus right now.
Well, my TV's all the way over there. What am I gonna do?
It's all the way over there, man. But
I can't watch it.
No, Black Adam, Shazam, Suicide Squad, Kills the Justice League, the Batman, Flash, Batman Caped Crusader look good, or not.
I don't want to talk about Blue
Sounds
Beetle
cool.
or the Batgirl because those are both going to be dog shit.
First of all,
Dude, Blue Beetle looked cool. Like concept art looked awesome.
Blue Beetle might be cool. Let me tell you right now, the Batgirl's going to be steamy dog shit.
Batgirl's gonna be so bad.
Because stop making everything about race and gender. Just leave it alone. The whole thing.
You were talking to me for a second. I was like,
no, I'm talking about.
Hey, Gavin, stop making everything about race and gender.
They feel the need to take a character and be like, oh, let's make it a girl. Oh, that's not good enough. Let's make it a black girl, and then everyone will love us. Just stop making things political.
Is a good actress, though.
It is.
That actress is a very good actress.
And J.K. Simmons is in it. But what I'm saying is just like.
Which here's the thing: if J.K. Simmons is in it, that means
there's so many. Like Marlon Wayans is now technically the Robin of the DCU, because he was supposed to be the Robin for Michael Keaton, and Keaton's back, which means that it's just so weird. I saw
here's the thing. Like Flash resets DCU, so Snyderverse won't exist. J.K. Simmons can be Commissioner Gordon, but to the point where Flash is resetting everything.
Nobody wants Michael Keaton as the main Batman.
He won't be the main Batman. He's not the main Batman in the Flash. He's already towards the the reason he has the suit, the reason the Flash has the suit is because something's happened to where he's not like he's still gonna be old in this one.
No, he's gonna be old. He's gonna take over.
He's gonna be the mentor role.
He's gonna be
fine. He's not gonna be the main Bat.
But he's gonna be. That's what they said though. He's gonna be the main Batman.
He's gonna be the main Bat. Ben Affleck's out. Robert Pattinson's got his side thing. One. No, they have Pattinson doing the side thing. While
Pattinson's doing his trilogy, they're not gonna bring in another.
Yeah, so
I agree with that.
So
I don't think they're gonna touch the Justice League for a while. And they're gonna build up all the individual roles and then put them together in the future.
Yeah. I think
flesh out the characters by themselves.
They're gonna learn from their mistake, and then they're gonna redo another Justice League. But
kind of like what Marvel did. They flesh out the big three by themselves in their own roles, and then shove them together. Well, DC took a while to learn. It's fine.
They did. They saw how the Avengers were topping the charts, and they just
they're sitting on their three biggest characters. Well, they're letting they're still going on with that, but they're letting Superman sit by the wayside. Batman is a mentor role in DC universe.
Okay. I'm not mad about that because honestly, so much of the comics, Batman is a mentor role.
Even then, I'm not that mad because we're getting Pattinson, but I'm upset about Superman. They're leaving him. That's their big superhero, and they're leaving him by the wayside.
Gavin, here's the thing.
Because they don't want to mess with Henry Cavill.
Here is Warner Bros. Next Justice League cast: Batgirl, The Flash, Wonder Woman, Supergirl, whatever Green Lantern they decide to have, and maybe a cyborg. Probably not.
For a while. They said Green Lantern, but then they didn't say there was nothing.
They did say Green Lantern last year. They're like,
nothing.
We got a Green Lantern TV show coming on HBO Max. Nothing this year because they've gone nowhere with it.
And they made Snyder take out his cut of Green Lantern because they're like, listen, we don't want to confuse audience. Right. We don't want to make them think that, oh, your Green Lantern is the same as ours. And then they didn't even say anything about it. That's just so stupid. I'm like, good God, man.
Here's what I think.
This is a mess.
Here's the way I perceive this. I think that they should have done a reset. Like they should have done the Flash thing because they needed to let go of the old shit they did that was kind of like weird. But I think they should have kept Snyder involved and kept Henry Cavill's Superman and let Snyder handle Superman, and then do all the rest of the stuff they're doing.
No.
Even if they don't let Snyder handle, bring back. Everybody loves Henry Cavill. Bring him back. Like, what are?
Why would they do that?
The pile of money they are sitting on.
Why would they?
Also,
do that? Come on.
DC, they might be trying to change, but they're still messing it up because they're making multiple versions of a character, which makes it so confusing. Marvel never does
It's
that.
so-
See, they have
No,
like they have here's the one Batman, and here's Michael Keaton, and then we used to have Batfleck like a year ago, and then we're gonna bring a new Batman back to learn how, and then we have this character playing this, but then there's a new version of him. Ooh.
Yeah, it's like
and
Batfleck.
also-
No, here's the thing. Batfleck is in the Flash movie,
But it's gonna be a very small role.
but he has a very small
It's gonna be
role.
a very small. It's his goodbye. He's probably gonna.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Barry. He's probably gonna be the beginning, and Barry's gonna go and mess it all up or whatever he does, and then there's no more Batfleck.
Yeah.
Like that's
They're
almost.
doing the
100%
worst thing you
gonna
could
happen.
possibly do. They're doing exactly what Fox did with the X-Men stuff, and they're making like one
Convoluting
character have like
everything.
7 actors, and it's like,
Yeah.
what the hell's happening?
It's
And
just
like, I don't.
I even
understand.
don't like.
They're so
I even don't like how
stupid.
they have a TV show with one Flash who did great, by the way, in the TV show. He's a good Flash, and then they make another one. This is not a big deal. Like it's like it's okay to have those two, but that even starts to get a little weird for fans that
The
aren't
TV
like
show,
general
I think
audience.
there's a pretty
Okay.
distinct difference, and they're gonna. I guarantee because they already have them crossover in the show. I guarantee you they have them in the movie. Grant Gustin's gonna make a very small appearance. That's almost
Oh, yeah.
guaranteed gonna
Probably.
happen. It might even be the exact same scene of Crisis because that
Yeah.
would make sense given the fact that it's probably what's gonna happen.
yeah.
But
Also,
the fact that they are so
Funny-
stupid is
Hey,
just
no,
I don't understand.
you want to know how
Is
stupid they
nobody
are?
on social media at Warner Bros?
No, you want to know how stupid they are? Like I saw this the other day on Twitter. I saw a picture. Like we have the DC movies and everything and you know all that stuff. You know that they're kind of weird. You know what's at the center of all of all of this shit is the CW shit.
Yeah, that's their
That's their basis.
basis.
Is
CW.
the
I'm
is
like,
the shitty TV
they
shows.
They want to get away from Snyder so bad. They are literally creating their universe based on the CW
I
show
don't get why
instead
they
of
don't like
his.
Snyder. Like I don't get why they constantly keep.
Sure,
trying
he
to put him
wasn't
away.
received well by critics in like 2 of his movies. First of all, Snyder Cut was received well by critics, and even
Man of
then,
Steel.
Man of Steel wasn't received well by critics. Sadly,
Not
it
critics, but
wasn't
the
like
general
bad.
public loved it.
It was mixed. It was mixed, and it's gotten over time. People have liked that movie more. BVS, some people have liked more, but overall, it stayed pretty much the same. And Justice League was an abomination. And then
CW
Zack
shows are
Snyder's
literally
Justice
the
League,
worst shows out
everybody
right
loves.
now. They're
Oh,
so
They're
bad.
so
'Cause
bad.
they are.
They're so bad. I stopped watching The Flash. I never thought I'd
Yeah.
say that, but my parents wanted to watch it more. Like, guys, I can't watch that
I
show.
can't stand to watch it.
I feel like I'm wasting an hour of my time.
I
once a week.
stopped
The only
at
good thing they've
season
done at
5.
all is Arrow, and even that's like not great.
Arrow was Arrow's done. They finished off
The
Arrow.
first 3 seasons of Flash were really good.
Mm-hmm.
Not even gonna lie, I thought they were really good. 4, I was like, okay, this isn't good.
I
It's
didn't
not
even watch
horrible,
5.
but it's not good.
I didn't even
5
watch
was
5.
bad. The first half is sick. Was it 6 or 7? The
God.
first half had one where it was this guy named Bloodwork or something, and that was really good. And I was like, okay, we're back on track. And then I don't know what even, I don't remember
It
how
is
it.
so
I think,
bad
I think
now.
Crisis happened.
It is
After Crisis, it
unwatchable
all
now.
went bad, downhill again.
Like it's
He's got boots
unbelievably
though.
bad.
He got them gold boots.
Oh my god.
They made a big deal about that at Fandome for like 10 minutes. I'm like,
First of
okay,
all,
cool.
they
It makes
had
the suit look great,
they
but-
had Candace Patton come in every 10 minutes. With newsflash.
Newsflash.
Oh god, get
And
out
I
of
was like,
here, please. I don't even think she wanted to do it. She didn't look like she was having a great time.
Supergirl's literally the worst show I've ever watched. I
Well,
watched one episode and it was
It's
the worst. I watched
on
2
its
up.
final season.
What's
so-
bad?
Supergirl. I watched one episode and I literally felt like clawing my
so
eyeballs out.
bad. It's so bad. And it sucks because that girl's actually like a good Supergirl.
Melissa
Like,
I'm not
Benoist?
giving her that credit. Screw that. She's not that
she's
good.
good. She's actually
Oh.
pretty good at Supergirl.
Hell no.
The show is horrible, but she's actually not
The
bad. Like a
show's
crossover.
bad. I don't
good
mind her. I don't mind her as Supergirl. I always saw her.
She's
as
not a bad
I think she's
Supergirl.
pretty
She's
good.
not a good actor. Putting
Well,
her
I
in a-
haven't seen her in anything
Putting
else,
her in a
so I'm not-
fully
I can't say
funded
that.
DC film would be. a
Oh
very
no, I'm
big
not saying you should
liability.
do that. I'm not saying
None
that. I'm just saying
of
she's
the
good for-
CW actors should be put in a full length DC
I think
film.
Flash could.
Grant
think
Gustin,
Grant could.
maybe.
Maybe. I love
Maybe.
Grant, but maybe.
That is a strong maybe.
I don't think he's bad.
He's not bad, but he also does this thing where he bobs his head all the time, and it's literally a meme, and I love it. He goes, and it's not even his fault. Like season 1 through 3, when he had good writing, he was amazing. I was like, this needs to be put on TV, like on a movie screen. He's great. And then the writing went to crap, and he needed a pep talk every 5 minutes.
God, holy, I hated that.
People think Marvel's winning just because of like how much better their movies are, like the actors have or the universe they've created. But at their fundamental, at their core, they make everything better.
Yeah.
TV shows.
They just started with TV shows, but yes.
Not really.
No, they had
Daredevil's been out for a minute.
Daredevil. Daredevil. Feige disassociated it with him, so now it's like.
Well, okay.
No,
he said
Shield. Agents of Shield.
Agents of Shield.
Agents of Shield is
that's like 10 years old. That
show is so good. I'm like halfway.
That's what I'm
like
saying.
me and my family watch it every now and then because we watched it all.
Marvel doesn't miss.
The show is so good.
Marvel
the first season's really bad.
They did.
After that, it gets amazing.
I like the first season.
No, I haven't watched it all, but I didn't mind the first season either. But here's the thing,
that's not bad, but compared to the
they're
other ones,
that's like Marvel's been doing shows for a while, and they've been good. It's just,
the Asian girl and that hot guy were about to freak, and then they figured out that he was bad. They were about to have like.
No, that's season 1. Yeah, Chloe
what's going on here, man?
And then Ward was like, "So I'm a double agent," and I was like,
"Yeah."
No, it's like
the show gets really, really good around like season 5 when Ghost Rider comes in.
I love when Ghost Rider came in.
He's a pretty good Ghost Rider.
I love when he came in.
No, he's amazing. He's a great Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
He's,
I also like how in Agents of Shield they made
Last of Us.
They made Last of Us like canonically, since Agents of Shield is canon, they made him stronger than almost every MCU character. It's like that little containment unit he was in that he broke out of, like the Hulk couldn't even budge that, and he just popped it open.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, like when it comes down to it, Marvel cares. Everyone that's in charge of those like TV shows, they care about the characters. DC, like, oh, it's a big name, throw it in there. You guys just write some money.
They don't
it's
have
very
a
clear that Marvel has more budget. I will say that because the CW shows look cheap as hell.
Oh, for shows, that's CW doesn't have a budget.
Okay, so they don't care.
Well, that's different too because CW is produced by CW show. Like the CW shows are produced by the CW, so they don't have a budget. But Marvel, the Disney Plus shows, Netflix is produced by Netflix, which is just a beast.
And ABC
has spotty.
ABC,
it's bigger than
spotty,
CW.
but it's still Disney, by the way.
Yeah, and the MCU shows are like unfair because they're just.
Yeah, they get $500 million as a budget.
Yeah, that's unfair. But
I'm not
DC, what they're
considering
lacking is like they don't have a Feige, and Snyder was supposed to, because Snyder does, believe it or not, care about the characters a lot. Like he actually is. Like I've listened to stuff him talk about the stuff. And he was like, yeah, I had all the stuff planned for all these other characters I was trying to build out. Like Adam was actually a really cool character he was trying to build out. And Warner Bros. Was like, well, no, an Asian superhero won't sell well. And then Shang-Chi happened, so that's great.
Yeah.
But they're missing that one person leading everything. They have this guy named Walter Hamada right now. And literally all he cares about is money. He doesn't even care about the characters.
Yeah.
Whereas Feige seems like he doesn't even care about the money. He just
cares about Feige does, because he literally sits down and says, I don't care if they're an A-list actor or they're fresh off the block, as long as they can show me that they can play the character, they care about the character.
Like Shimi.
He has made so many actors that we don't even realize that we're struggling in their careers.
And he's made them just pop the fuck off.
Okay, I'll say this too. I truly think at its core, like comics-wise and like old media, DC has better characters, they have better backstories, they have better villains, they have better powers.
Yeah, they do.
But DC just doesn't care about their characters. They don't know how to write. They don't know how to get good directors. They just ruin everything now.
It's not even DC because DC doesn't have a person.
No,
it's Warner Brothers because they have complete control over everything, and they don't care.
To be real, I don't think in our lifetime we will see DC surpass Marvel.
No,
Marvel's built in.
Here's the thing.
I'll have to. I love some of the stuff that's been done. I just have to watch that stuff on repeat because I don't.
To me,
I
Batman
don't
is the best hero with the best villains and the best story of any other hero. Close following, like Spider-Man's close to him, but I'd still say his villains are
No, Batman
so
is an amazing
Batman has the
character.
best villains,
And-
and there's a clear reason for that too, because he has. Like that's a whole other discussion.
That's the way
Yeah.
Batman is. But here's the thing, like here's like another thing contributing to like the Marvel versus DC kind of thing. Marvel, not only does like Kevin Feige and everyone in charge of Marvel actually care about the characters, it's that they actually like consult with the comic artists if they're still around, like, hey, what's your insight on this shit? And they get like the people who actually wrote the character and be like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, check this out. You want to see it? Do you like what we're doing here? And DC are like, all right, we haven't done something with the Flash for a while. Let's make another Flash thing.
The Flash movie's the only thing so far that they have like actually. Okay, we're going to use a story from the comics.
Oh, as the first Flash
and
movie.
Use it. Yeah, it should have been the second one first of all, but they needed to reboot. They have to do a software reboot so bad. They were like,
They
"Listen,
had their
I
soft.
need you to do. I need you to do.
They
Flashpoint."
had the
I think
CW
it's
do
pretty
their soft
creative.
reboot.
I think it's pretty creative that they're doing it this way, though. This is a good way to do
Yeah,
it.
what they're
No,
doing
it's
because
a
they're not
good way.
directly adapting Flashpoint. It's not exact. It's actually so far. I'm really I'm very intrigued by it. I think it's gonna be either
This
really
looks
good
so good.
It's
or
the
not good at all.
it's the only way they can really do it. It's just by having Flash go back and reset everything.
Yeah,
I mean
with
that.
time,
He's
they
not
don't
gonna
have many
reset
ways to do
everything.
time.
He's just gonna like, because he's hopping. He's not hopping timelines. He's hopping. They said they're also opening the multiverse. So I
If
don't
you
know
think
how
about
they're
it,
gonna.
the only other easy way to do time travel in the DC universe that we've seen like well documented would be Superman flying around the world in reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. You know what's crazy is like the multiverse is like DC's fucking thing. And how did Marvel beat them to it?
I don't know. I honestly
It's
think
been announced for like 10 years.
I think comic-wise, I like Marvel's multiverse. play
Marvel's
more. It doesn't have much of
multiverse in comics, I like
It's definitely more of DC's thing though, because they like
It is,
have
yeah.
Elseworld stories. They have they have a whole division devoted to it.
But and it's definitely their thing. But I do like Marvel's better, is because they don't really make a whole production out of it. They just say, "Oh, hey, this takes place in a different Earth," just to.
See, like I like the DC version, how it makes its own Elseworld tale. I like that whole idea more, but I could see how you guys could like the Marvel one.
But
I just hate DC. Right now. Oh. Not right now. Just
Always.
in my lifetime, they've butchered everything I've said.
just in general, it's just, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it's just that they don't care. It's weird. It's weird to see so many great characters just absolutely just thrown down the drain.
Wasted, man.
Thrown down the drain.
How do you have Superman,
The
the
poster boy.
original superhero,
They're poster boy.
and do nothing?
Mm-hmm.
It makes no sense. It's so stupid, man. Gosh, I don't understand it.
And I have my
You
problems
have Henry
with
Cavill
Affleck, but
sitting and
he
waiting.
could have stayed with him. You could have stayed with Cavill
Because
and
Cavill and Affleck, yeah.
Affleck wanted out of the role, so
Well,
that's
Affleck-
my only.
Affleck-
he's
thing.
been wanting out of the role, but
Yeah.
he'll
He
keep
wanted
going back
to-
for money.
Cavill
Yeah, he'll
doesn't.
go back from it.
Cavill's like, yo, I still got the cape in the closet.
Cavill's never
It's
wanted out of a
fine.
role. That dude just wants to freaking act.
Cavill just wants to be everywhere.
Plus, he's a nerd, so stuff like
Yeah.
Witcher and Superman, he eats that up.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's just
Speaking of the Flash movie, though, that teaser did look dope. Like I think it's another thing they're doing that's really is how they have two Ezra Miller Flashes, and nobody knows exactly what it's going to be.
which one
But
is
there's a
which
big-
one's
there's a-
the
there's a
one we
big-
know?
Oh, the one on the front easily. It's definitely the one on the front with the actual suit, like the new suit, 100%. But I saw a fan theory that was like that other Flash is actually Eobard Dawn, disguised as Barry. I thought that was interesting. I was like, I don't know what they are going to do with that.
I don't know what they're gonna do because like literally it seems
just set up for another
seems
movie.
like they're just being really buddy pulling up in a taxi to Wayne Manor.
No,
whatever.
it'd be like a thing like Harrison. of the Flash, where he's being his friend right now, but he's gonna eventually turn on him and all that. But
Who knows? I don't know why they
Eternal's
would
got its
make.
premiere tonight.
That's true.
Eternal,
It
yeah.
already.
Oh, the reviews actually dropped in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, the reviews drop soon. But
So
no,
we can
they
cover that live on
actually.
the channel.
Yeah, we.
Not really,
That'd
probably
be
not.
No, but did you hear
But-
that they actually omitted showing the post-credit scenes because how like they literally said,
Yeah, I saw that, and I
And
saw
I-
somebody because Grace Randolph was the one who tweeted out that they were like, "Cut off the," and everybody's like, "Yeah, spoil it," because they spoiled the fact that what she spoiled. She spoiled Venom's post-credit scene. She spoiled how No Time to Die ended. I'm like, good God, man, just keep your mouth shut. And she put spoiler warning. I'm like, that doesn't help on Twitter, man.
it really
Hey,
doesn't.
you
It
already
does not help
see
on
it.
Twitter.
You already
Your eyes
see
work
it.
faster than your brain.
Yeah,
you already
no.
see
It
and your
helps
brain
on
processes.
Instagram to do like a slide that says like spoiler warning, and then you swipe over. But Twitter, it's pointless.
Well,
What
I
else
think-
happened?
I
What
think-
else
I wonder
happened?
what the post credit will be. I don't think it's gonna be Spider-Man related.
no, I don't think it is going to be Spider-Man related at all.
I think
There's two
I think
post-credit
it'll
scenes.
be. I
There's
think it'll
two?
be Strange related.
There's two, and I don't think any of them have to do with Spider-Man.
I really
either.
think one of them Spider-Man
I don't-
related.
I
think
don't
Not
think
necessarily
so.
Spider-Man, but multiverse in general.
Oh,
It's-
Oh no, I
it'll be
think,
a
I
Strange-
think,
Yeah,
I
it's-
think, I think everything's going to be a multiversal thing at this point. But, I
What do you
don't
mean
know.
by that?
Well, okay. Here's the thing: they open up the multiverse.
Well, when you open up a multiverse, you kind of can't ignore it.
You can't ignore it. So somehow, the breaking of the multiverse being open with Kang being our main villain for Phase 4, we're probably gonna get some after credit scene involving Kang.
Here's another thing that's smart that I didn't realize until now, though. So you have the multiverse, but a way that they avoided making every single character have to deal with that, so the movies just get repetitive, is half the damn characters in space right now doing their own thing.
Yeah.
So, like, Love and Thunder won't mention the multiverse.
No.
Guardians won't mention the multiverse.
No.
You're gonna have all this other stuff happening that we don't have to
all
worry
this
about the
shit.
multiverse.
And here's the smart thing about having Kang be multiple people, because they're gonna fight Kang, they're gonna fight him, and they're probably gonna beat him until they get the actual Kang is actually in charge of everything. But they're gonna probably some movies they'll count him, some movies they won't. But they'll beat him, think it's like it's a one and done kind of thing until they all actually have to come together and beat Kang. But I mean, that's the thing. Like, they're all in their own shit right now. They don't have to. They don't know the multiverse is broken, other than Doctor Strange.
So obviously, all the future, like Spider-Man, Strange, Wanda, and like all like the Earth heroes that are still there and around that area, we'll get a bunch of content with them dealing with it. But the rest of the MCU, like even Captain Marvel, we don't have to worry about that.
We don't
get
have to- we
other
don't have to
fresh
worry about
content.
No, we're not even gonna have it. We're not even gonna have to worry about it in like any of the Disney Plus shows, really, until like
Well, I mean,
Secret
eventually
Invasion, maybe.
Sam and whatever the other, I forgot his name. Wow, they'll have to deal with it eventually.
Bucky. Yeah,
Probably
no,
not
yeah,
yet.
because but not yet. Because I think that we have the multiverse open, but just because it's open doesn't mean the other multiversal people know that it's broken and open.
Another genius thing is that they were like, okay, this is like huge scale. Every character's dealing with giant things right now, so we're gonna give you Sam and Bucky, a little like lower version of heroes, like military level stuff.
And that's literally one of the best things they've put out.
Yeah, it was
For
a
a long time.
super good series.
It was
Falcon
really
Winter
well
Soldier is
produced and
amazing.
written.
It was
I
really
love
very.
Falcon. WandaVision's actually the worst of them. So
It
far, and that's saying something.
is.
I
Yeah.
haven't watched
No,
WandaVision
I mean,
yet.
that WandaVision was good. The thing about WandaVision, the reason it was so good, honestly, was just because of the fact that it was like a communal thing of all of us every week trying to solve this mystery of what's going
Yeah.
on. I don't think it'll hold up on like a rewatch
No,
very well,
definitely not.
but Falcon Winter Soldier will.
Definitely, yeah. Falcon Winter
Disney
Soldier,
Plus has
Loki.
been killing
WandaVision
it, bro.
wasn't.
Disney
I mean,
Plus,
you look at everything they put out, dude. Mandalorian.
dude. Anything. First of all, because it's plain and simple. Disney cares. They hire people that will care about what
know
they're
the
making,
characters.
that know the characters, and they care. They'll make a good product out of it. And they're not afraid like to take small little risks. You have like Oscar Isaac talk about Moon Knight. It's like this is like this is like we're going in a direction like that really hasn't been explored. and they're
Like the
not.
puppet master himself, Feige, literally understands the characters.
Yeah.
Which is crazy for like
Yeah,
a person in a higher role.
Feige's like he knows characters. Like, all right, so we're gonna we're gonna try this out, and it's probably and most all the time it works. It's just like you get a little bit of a different formula with the character, and then it just
Also, they've been doing a really good job of mixing A-listers and nobodies in their movies. Like Eternals,
Yeah.
half of it's A-list actors, half
and
of
if it's
people
just-
that we really
yeah.
haven't seen.
Yeah,
And-
Richard Madden and Angelina Jolie. I can't name the other actors.
So-
Like
Salma
the rest are
Hayek and then-
unknowns.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and Kit Harington is.
Kid Harington,
Yeah.
but he's
Yeah,
not
but
really.
he's not
And
as
that's the
alive.
Indian guy, the guy that's like super big.
Oh,
No,
Kumail
he
Nanjiani.
he was
Yeah,
he was
that's
getting
really good,
too big to the point where like, hey,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, you can.
Listen, you're
Oh,
not
did
gonna
you
fix
guys
it
see
anymore,
this stuff
man.
about Pattinson's Batman? How they had to postpone production for 6 weeks because he refused to work out?
I don't think that was real. I do not.
No,
Because
it's
there's
been-
a lot of
There's
of
a lot of
things
journalism
from that
about it.
movie that have come out that.
No,
Real.
but Gavin, he did the same thing during Twilight.
Mhm.
He refused.
Yeah.
And he was already such a staple that they had to keep going. They didn't have a choice. He's notorious for doing this.
I don't think he did that for the Batman though. Like,
Dude, it
did you
was well
see that
documented.
shot of his back?
He's,
That man
no,
is ripped.
no. Did you see the one during production when he had his shirt off? He's scrawny. Like his face is all shrunk up, and he's not like ripped. He's just like fit. There's pictures of him. I was looking at like a whole thread on Twitter talking about it, and I watched a video about it. He's not big.
There's just like a really like solid chance that like that could have been like a little bit of CGI work. He probably did get big.
I
But
don't think so. I think he
But-
got pretty.
I
Even
believe
if it happened, and then like a little bit later on, he got big.
I
but
believe
I-
the journalism about it because he literally did this during Twilight. He said he refused to work out.
He's a weird dude. He's one of the, apparently he's like a really nice guy. Apparently, like there was somebody that said they've gone around with him on trips, and like every single flight attendant he talks to and like tries to be really nice to, and anybody who wants a picture, he's always taking pictures. And
I watched a
He
thing.
talks to
There
fans.
was Chelsea Handler in an interview talking about how she was on a set with what's his Eddie Brock. What's his name? Oh my gosh, Tom Hardy. She said he was the
Eddie
biggest
Brock.
asshole in the entire world. Like, and I
Tom-
would never
oh,
guess
Tom-
that from
Tom
him.
Hardy?
Yeah, I know. I would never guess that. She said he was like yelling at everybody, yelling at production, yelling at the director, yelling at all the
some people say that about like.
This
I
is
don't know, 'cause
Chelsea
there's some
Handler though.
people-
She doesn't lie. She's a comedian. Why would she lie about that?
Well, no, I'm not. Some people also just get caught in having a bad day.
Mhm.
Like that's a genuine
No.
thing that happens.
You don't
like,
have a bad day for 6 months on a set though.
Oh, 6. Okay, I thought you meant like one day
She was on the set the whole
happened.
time. She was in the movie. And
Okay,
she
that's a
said,
different thing.
And then she said when they were doing like interviews, he would always be a dick to the people interviewing. But she said she loved it because like it wasn't like a Christian Bale asshole where he's like yelling at the guy like, "I hope your whole family dies. You're a piece of shit. You deserve to be fired." He was just like snippy. Like he was just like, get the shot. right.
I can see Tom Hardy being a little bit of a snippy guy.
He's not like a super nice guy. I never pictured that. He just always seemed like he's from like. Hold on, let me look where he's from. I'm pretty sure he's not like known for being a real nice guy.
The Christian Bale thing when all that came out, there was like recordings of him yelling at people.
Tom Hardy does
I
not
give-
look like a nice guy. Oh my gosh.
I
No, he's
give
a-
him a pass,
mean
Christian
dude.
Bale, because he's the kind of actor that puts his entire like soul into the role. So
Hey, so did what's his face Tom Cruise when he yelled at everyone about
Yeah.
COVID.
He had a reason to do that
Mhm.
if they weren't following guidelines. And that
How
was,
many
like, the
people
only-
you think
that was,
got
like, one of
fired?
the only movies being in production at the time. There
the
weren't a lot of
reason I
movies in
know
production.
that Christian Bale like he just did it because he was so into his role because he was yelling at them in accent,
Yeah.
the same accent that he was acting in.
Well, he's a method actor, so he's probably like, dude, I can only be in character for so long before I start to lose it. So
He was
like,
yelling
I
at
need
the
to get
dude in a
shot
really
while I
unfair
can.
way though.
No, I'm not defending him at all. I'm just saying, like, well,
I
not
understand
defending
why
him,
he's
but
like
I'm like,
that,
I can
though.
see where he's coming from.
He
if
got
he's
Jared
acting
Leto
like that.
deep into that role, so I mean, in every role he's in, so he's basically just the character at that point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's crazy. It's
Gavin, I
crazy.
hate to side with you, but I'm actually getting kind of excited for House of Gucci.
It looks good. I don't know why you
We're
would
gonna
I-
be
see
on
that
my
on premiere
side.
night.
Huh?
We're gonna see that on
Premiere
premiere
night?
night.
That depends on what week it is. That's not
I
why
have
I
a-
have to
I have
spend
a
from
fake
my night.
Gucci
But
pen.
anyway.
Dude, I have a fake Gucci fanny pack that I bought.
Do you still have that?
Yeah, I still have it. I didn't buy it for
That's
$20
one of
on
those
the
movies that,
Caribbean
like,
Islands.
it's kind of like a Last Duel. It's gonna do horrible at the box office, guaranteed.
No,
Oh,
I think
for
it's gonna
sure.
kill. I think it's gonna kill.
I
Put
don't
money
know.
on it. I'm already gonna owe you guys $40 for Spider-Man.
I'm not putting money on House of Gucci box office.
No.
I'm not.
Wow, coward. It's got the most
Dude,
money.
I
to
don't
think it's
know.
got
Like, I
one
don't
in
even
it.
know how it's gonna do it.
literally
I've
comes
seen like
out
no marketing
on
for it.
Thanksgiving. I've seen that one trailer that was in front of. Why the fuck
mean-
does it come out on a Wednesday?
Because it can.
Is it a Thanksgiving release?
No,
Is
it's
it the
it's
night
the
before
day.
Thanksgiving?
It's the day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that happens every year on
I think it's
Thanksgiving
gonna
because
kill, dude.
people go. A lot of people go see movies after Thanksgiving, so
Yeah,
they try to
it's
get the
bef-
movies out
It's
on that Wednesday.
It's I don't know.
Like that's one movie I don't necessarily need to see on opening night, but
No.
we
I
see it
definitely know you guys for
relatively
Spider-Man,
soon.
by the way. Like, I already accepted that.
You
A
are.
lot
And I
of
made
people
it-
are starting to
No.
think they're really gonna show
No,
them.
no,
in
no, no. You know,
trailer.
did you hear the thing about the trailer? Here's the thing about the second trailer. There's like two versions. One Sony wants to put Andrew and Tom in the second trailer, and there's another one where Marvel doesn't. So there's like two trailers, so like one with them in it and one that not, and it really depends on when it comes.
They've got like a week to decide too, because
Yeah.
it's gonna come out with.
It's
saw
gonna
it
it's gonna
on
come out with
Toby.
Eternals.
I saw a paparazzi picture of Toby at the beach, and he's, like, in really good shape. And I was like, why you look that good, Toby?
Like Toby doesn't look good for no reason. Like
Yeah.
Toby's like I highly doubt you after he's paid for Spider-Man for how long?
I think-
For like 10 years. Like
Yeah.
he's like man, I don't care about.
No, I like the thing is like I'm with like Sony. Just show it. It's to the point where there's so much
I didn't
buzz.
want them to so
I said
bad.
don't show it. I said
There's
don't
so
show it.
I
much.
want that theater experience.
There's so much
more
Justice,
than
I
I
buzz
want
around
strongly
it.
say don't show it. Because seeing those three together on one screen is the same kind of feeling people are going to get from seeing Cap pull Mjolnir in.
Like,
It's going to be an explosion.
It's for me that will be above, and I screamed when Cap did that with Mjolnir, but that will be above that
No,
because
I'm
that
saying-
was a dream of mine to see all the Spider-Man on,
I'm saying
on screen at the same
it
time.
would, it's like again I'm not saying like I'm not trying like to describe like put it in the movie like it would probably be like a good Marvel has like a good point. I'm just saying it's to the point where literally everyone knows. Like is it gonna be a good theater moment? Yes, but still everyone knows.
Here's the thing, though. We say everyone knows. We're on Twitter. And comic book Twitter at that. The general audience probably doesn't know.
No, they have no idea.
They see Alfred Molina, and they're like, oh, maybe that could mean that. But they have no clue that it's for sure.
Why suburban
like,
families, if
included.
their like little kid likes the Marvel movies, watching that wouldn't even recognize the Alfred
And
movie?
those are the kind of audiences who are gonna freak out in the
Yeah.
theater, like not scream like any of us would or anything. But
I
like
think-
they're gonna be really
Oh
excited.
no, premiere night when we go, it's going to be the same
It's
thing.
gonna
as the
be
in-game
absolutely
premiere. It's going to be straight
crazy.
up turbo version.
It's gonna be turbo.
What I'm saying though is like those families of the suburban, they're gonna the movie more because they're gonna be like, that was my childhood Spider-Man, and I just got to see him on screen again. But that'd be so much worse if it was knowing that. Like,
I don't
I don't know.
I don't think-
Marvel's smart enough to not do it.
If they show that on the trailer.
I
So
don't-
disappointed.
I don't think it's gonna hurt it at all if they show it.
It's not going to hurt it, but it's going to
I'm
make
not
the
talking
theaters.
about performance-wise.
It's not
I'm
gonna make
talking
it
about
as
hurt the emotion of the movie.
Yeah, it's going to be
make
way
it
more cool to see
so
the
much
big
worse.
reveal without like going into it knowing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
Marvel
I
is
mean-
smart. The reason
Imagine
Marvel.
I
wanted
can-
to-
I can
Mjolnir
just-
in
I can
an
just
in-game
see-
trailer.
I could just see
That's the same thing. It's a big
sides.
money shot, but it's like
You
that's
know,
a
you know
theater
what's,
thing,
you know what
man.
I always thought was like crazy about Endgame is like the second the 2 weeks after the 2 weeks hit, that they didn't fucking care at all. That final battle was all over the
Yeah.
promotion for Endgame.
Because by the time then, everybody had seen the movie. Like
Yeah.
literally everybody had seen it.
Yeah, but like
It had already broken records by then.
still, like
I have a question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta start wrapping up a little bit soon, so we'll do like Gavin's little corner. But
Yeah, probably,
what's your guys' dream cast for Miles Morales when he enters the MCU?
dude. Okay,
I don't even know, man. I'm yeah,
that's the thing.
actors
got
that can
one.
fit Miles.
I don't really know who can go in and like fit Miles.
Legitimately, the kid who plays him in the could
In the
do it.
game-
I don't know
in
if
the-
he has good acting ability.
In
but,
the
like,
game,
he fits
yeah,
the role great.
he fits. Yeah, Nudge. It's I can't pronounce his name.
I don't know his name.
Here's mine right here.
But
Just tell us his name.
who's
Jaden
tell us-
Smith?
Jaden
Jaden
Smith.
Smith, dog.
Really? I don't know. Maybe.
I don't see it. I
Taylor.
really don't
see it
see
working,
it.
but
Like I can see
But
him
it's like,
being. I can see him being like one of like the options they could like pick. I guess. But
hold on.
and I do not. Najee Jeter was, yeah, I can see him being. We obviously already have Donald Glover as good old
Prowler.
As
Prowler.
Prowler.
Prowler's a dope villain too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the kid from Stranger Things. Yeah, I've seen that.
It really
That'd be
is.
alright. I don't know
Here's
about that very much,
here's
but-
the thing about Miles. It's gonna be
Oh,
one of
Justice
those.
Smith. Is that who you said, Justice?
No, I said the guy who played Miles in the game.
Oh.
No, I'm saying like the Miles. I feel like it's gonna be one of those things Kevin Feige like picks like someone no one's heard of before.
Yeah,
I don't think he's gonna pick up someone that
He's gonna pull someone out of the depths.
He's
Oh,
gonna
did you
pull
guys see the theories going around? Because I forgot the guy's real name, but the guy that plays Ned in our Spider-Man now, he lost 160 pounds. They think that they're trying to build him for a villain role, like Harry was as whatever I forgot his name.
I could.
They think they're
James
building
Franco
him.
as Goblin. Yeah.
Yeah, because he lost 160 between these two
That's
movies.
a lot
And
of
they're
weight.
like, why would they make him lose that much?
Mhm.
If he's, but I don't know about that theory. That's like kind of a stretch, but it's
That's
something
a
that's going
stretch,
around.
but if he did lose that much weight, they're doing something. Unless he's doing it for another role, which is too.
First, yeah,
He would prioritize Marvel. He has no other work. Let's be real.
he really does.
Oh no,
He's been in like one other movie.
But
if that.
no, I mean, like, I like how Tom's getting, trying to get a little bit better about, not spoiling anything or saying.
He's been
It's like-
great about not.
Hey, it's
spoiling
like-
it.
it's like-
Against him,
he's
they
like-
don't let him talk.
Yeah, they don't
man.
let him talk, but the time they do let him talk, like, we shot this like it's the last Spider-Man movie. It's not. They greenlit Spider-Man 4 already.
Oh yeah.
You can't.
Also, like, they're just gonna do another.
You can't-
Like it is the end of the trilogy.
Yeah, it's the end of a trilogy, but like we shot like I don't know if we'll dive into these you'll dive into characters again sooner than you think.
Don't act like you're not gonna
Yeah.
play Spider-Man again. Come on. Like you,
They
you
already-
knows that, man. I'll
here's
play
the-
Spider-Man until I
Yeah.
can't walk anymore.
Yeah, here's the thing. They already told you you're Spider-Man for another like maybe like 2 trilogies, but you're gonna go on here and be like, No Way Home is kind of like the last thing for us.
It's the end of a franchise. All
It's
right.
the end of a franchise.
All right,
Yes,
time for Gavin's corner.
but yeah, let's start to wrap things up a little bit.
You're
Yes,
you're
you go
first. Justice.
first.
Oh,
Yeah.
food.
We've
Okay.
been spitting some last season. We're talking
Get
about
this
Bugle.
off,
I am. Yeah, I gotta clear my mouth.
Bean.
Recently, I haven't really watched anything recently, really, other than keeping up with 86, the anime. Which is phenomenal. I think y'all should still watch it. It's great. Game wise, I've been playing a little bit Destiny 2. Been playing Pokemon Sword on my new Switch.
Oh yeah, he got an OLED. Switch
Got
OLED.
a little
Yeah.
Switch OLED, and then also
Lex,
played.
baby.
I streamed Smash
You're gonna buy
Bros.
Metroid, aren't you?
Yeah, I am gonna buy Metroid and probably can't wait to play that. I streamed Smash Bros before this recording too over on my Twitch because Sword came out.
Drop your at.
Twitch.tv
Yeah, that's it. Perfect plug opportunity.
Iceman02, and I've grounded out a schedule for streaming now. Which would be Monday.
Yeah, now that you have a concrete schedule with Walmart, you can do that.
Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on my stream schedule.
Nice. Nice.
Nice.
3 days a week.
Okay, so I mean, we all still play Destiny 2. There's nothing new about that. All the faithful, but I've been playing Last of
Sadly,
Us.
the
because
depression, the voice.
Gavin just told us how good it was, and oh my god, I'm like 5 hours in right now. That game is so good. Dear God,
I'm
Gavin
so
was not
glad to
lying.
hear someone else talk about it.
That
Because I mean,
man-
Titan has, but that's
God, it's so good. But yeah, I'm only 5 hours in, but I haven't had that much time. And then I got sick last week, so I decided to just like watch all the stupid comedies like that I remember. So I watched like both Ted movies, both 21 Jump Street movies, the Ace Ventura movies, and then I also like a couple weeks ago we did the James Bond stuff. So I've watched all of them, but Casino and Solus, and I'm not gonna watch Solus. So I'm just gonna watch Casino one of these nights when I have nothing else to do. Yeah, that's about it though.
For me, gaming wise, I'm almost done 100% Ghost of Tsushima, so I'm making progress on that. I'm about to get that plat. Still randomly playing Bloodborne, and watching wise, let's see, what have I been doing? I don't even know what I've been watching. Oh, I watched And Kill Bill. I was watching a podcast, Tarantino, and it made me really want to watch his movie. And I had never watched the Kill Bill duology, so I was like, I'll watch those. So I got about halfway through the first one on Saturday, and I keep going to bed too late to watch it, or like Saturday I couldn't watch it because it was a whole thing. So I'm just trying to. It's really good so far. I really want to watch the rest of his. Because, man, that guy's no joke the best director working today.
That's, it really is. Alright, well, designs by Sophie, 2 E's on Etsy.
Yep.
Free shipping, free refunds. You can follow me at Big Sauce Small P on Twitter.
You can follow me at just_ice_2002 on Twitter, and my Twitch I plugged earlier.
And you can follow me at Gavin_R_ on the Twitter.com.
We'll have a lot coming out hopefully soon with like other content.
We will have.
Yeah, Justice. The reason Justice hasn't been like watching a lot of stuff is because this man's been hard at work.
Oh, I have been hard at work.
Short film, and Austin just finished his.
We got a lot going on.
I've been slacking, but I also have.
He's also kind of
more
like studying like pre-med school, so
Yeah.
I have more studying than these guys do.
I'm also failing all my classes, so
I'm not. So no. Once you get that like kick, once you really start, you have this drive. And
I had the idea. No, it's not even that. I haven't done my screenplay in like. I just have. It's not even like I'm like not lacking a drive. I just haven't done it because I have other crap to do.
No, I'm still on this kick, man.
I was in like a parliamentary lecture today, like about like it was just like really deep government bullshit. So I was like, you know what, this is a perfect time to finish off this. And like I said to you guys, I'm keeping it very, very open to interpretation.
Yeah, this man's trying to make it the most difficult performance of anyone.
Yeah,
we're trying to get into film writing and like producing short films, and mine is the easiest to make. So I was like, I'm gonna make it as hard as I possibly can on them.
Realistically, our second short film, I guess third if you count both criminals. And this man's like, hey, so we're not gonna have a script, okay? We're not gonna have a prompt.
Because here's the thing, theirs both require more time, more money, and more effort. And mine doesn't because it's easy. So I was like, okay, well, I got to get them ready for their big things.
Mine doesn't require a lot more effort or like money than.
Yours is just more fleshed out and it's like cooler. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get him ready for his role.
No, it's like yes, yours is easier on paper, but you gotta understand.
What I'm gonna do to you guys is gonna be harder.
Yeah. What you understand is you're completely leaving us to improv it, so we don't know what we're doing is what you want.
Come time for your passion project, you're gonna be more prepared.
I guess, yeah.
I guess, but
I'm a saint. Really.
No, you're not.
I'm a hero.
No, you're not.
We'll see if it works. We might end up having to have you. Depends on how
it.
filming goes.
But.
All right, guys. Well,
I think that's it, guys.
See y'all next week.
Saw our faces, so that's gonna see.
Yeah.
See a whole lot more of. But
yeah. Guys, check out
look
deer
great
in the corner.
It's a deer.
It's a deer.
I got a plant back here.
Well, I got swords and Ace of Spades from Destiny and a poster. So yeah.
Oh, hold on.
He's gonna put his. I'm not gonna spoil it. Actually, never mind.
I don't even know what he's pulling out.
It's his Destiny gun. Here he comes.
Oh,
Bye, guys.
All right. See ya.
See you guys.